What's up guys, I'm PawsBuild and welcome back to our Ethical Zoo franchise mode series in Planet Zoo. In the previous video we created some giant exhibits for our Hermann's tortoise, and in this video we're going to continue the Europe section of our zoo by adding in a huge European themed guest area for our guests as well as a new zoo entrance. I like our little exhibit we've got here for our tortoise. Some of you guys had some great ideas for improvements for it, so I definitely want to implement them, and I think I'll kick off this episode actually by doing that. So a number of you pointed out that in this exhibit on the bottom left that the females were set to 0, so we obviously want to put that to 1 to have 1 female, and we should probably try and grab a, there we go, we'll grab one here and send her into this exhibit. However, also, you pointed out that a lot for this species, the males want to breed a lot more than the females. So it's probably a good idea that obviously we want to have them breeding. So we want to have 1 male and 1 female in each exhibit. But perhaps we should set all of the ones that have 3 tortoises in them to be 1 male and 2 females to give the females a bit of a break. Because I think, yeah, the males have a much greater desire to breed than the females, so we want to give them a bit of rest and let them have the peace that they need. So right, we'll go 2 females and 1 male for all of them. I think that's all of them. Max males, 2 females. Perfect. Another great suggestion that you had was to actually rotate some of these buildings, which I really like the idea of, to kind of give more like offset the symmetry so it doesn't look the same. So I'm definitely going to do that. I'm just going to hit the Z key and I should be able to rotate them. There we go. Let's have that one there. We just need to customize the windows to make sure that the right one is showing and not the one at the back. There we go. And you wouldn't know, and now everything's been mixed around. I think that's going to help the symmetry a lot more. So I'm just going to go around and just rotate some of them, and it could probably mean that we can add all of the layouts into all of them, because it won't look the same regardless, which I really like the idea of. So I'm going to go through now and just rotate all of these. Okay, I think that's done a good job there. I think that means, yeah, it doesn't look the same. I like that. It's still got the variance. So I'm very happy with that. You also had some great names for these guys. I did realize though that obviously these are exhibit animals. So if we rename them, they're going to get sold very quickly because they're going to prioritize the youngest ones. So there's not currently a system in the game where you can just have the names be inherited by the children or anything like that. So I think I'm not going to rename them because they could literally just be sold instantly as soon as we've renamed them. So we won't know that they're actually in there. But I really like how this habitat's turned out. I think it's very cute. And I like that it's not all symmetrical, even though we've added in as much enrichment as possible. So thank you for those suggestions. I really appreciate them. We've also got a few alerts here. Oh no, we've lost the capybara. Oh, in the water. Oh, that's so morbid. Oh no. Okay. All right. I'm gonna move on from that. Bless her. She's passed away. We will be doing a memorial for her. And the other thing is that we still have fighting between the hyenas. So I think that the ratio is off for these. I want to make sure it's for alpha status. I believe they're alpha females. Yes, so Shenzi's got it. So I'm going to just release Giggles, the other female hyena. I'm going to... Oh, I can't release her into the world. Probably because we bought her with cash. But I am going to send her to the trade center. And we can sell her to another zoo. You know, we'll trade her with another zoo. Because I don't want them to be fighting. You know, that's not ideal at all. And I don't really know what to do about it. It does say that you can have 2 females, but maybe they're similar enough in age that they're constantly fighting. I'm not 100%. We've also got some rewards because we've released 3 striped hyenas to the wild. So that's brilliant. And we've bred 4 new habitat animals of different species. We've done 18. That's incredible. We're doing a good job as a breeding zoo, aren't we? I'm going to go into animal trading and just sell Giggles now to another zoo. So we get a little bit of money. They'll go to Frontier Zoo. And look at all the little babies in here. The little piglets are so cute. Oh, there's so many adorable babies in this habitat. I love it. Look at the little signets as well on the water. Ooh, and it's going nighttime. And it's day again. I love the quick transition we have from night to day in this, because our zoo is not open late. We also have a lot of babies in here. Look how many capybara babies we have. I just want to check on them that they're actually all okay, because we keep having issues with too many capybara babies. But I think they are okay, actually. It's just, there's just a lot of little bubbers. But that's okay. That's okay. That's what we want. We're breeding, aren't we? That's all fine. We do want to do some renaming though. So I'm going to go through and rename some of the animals that we've put in here. I believe we've got the male capybara and the bird's tapir and the Maine wolf males all need renaming because we've got new males. So our male capybara we're going to rename to Felix. And as this is the Maine wolf male. That's brilliant. We are going to rename him to be Monty. And, oh my goodness, they keep walking to the next one. This is incredible. We're going to rename this male to be Tango. I think we've also got too many platypus in here. Platypi? Platypeople? I'm not sure what it is. But it's just because our babies have grown up. And we've got an elderly female in here. So I'm going to release the 2 young ones to the wild. Hopefully, that'll get... Yeah, that's a decent amount of credits. Oh, that's just for the male. Okay, that's pretty good for one. And then this female we will also release and get 133. That's pretty good. Okay. And I believe the aardvarks have also matured. Where are they? I think they're here. And yes, they have. Oh no, we've had some fighting. Okay, so our female has been injured. Let's call the vet. That's not good. They'll have fought because of the overcrowding. Let's have... Oh, that's interesting that the female's been injured when there's two males. However, we're going to have our baby, which would be the youngest here, is Bubbles. We're going to release them to the wild. 81 credits. That's pretty good. And everyone should be happy again. I'm going to check up on our vet research too. Hopefully, we've got a bit more. Okay, the black rhino is doing quite well. So we've got this going on the black rhino and this striped hyena, I believe. Yeah, the striped hyena. So I'll leave them to do their thing and carry on. I'm also just going to train up all our staff periodically. Oh, everyone is. That's perfect. Oh, no, it's all just the vets. Okay, all the staff can be trained up. I just clicked the wrong button. And I want to check in on how everyone's doing. I think our educators have a very high workload. So we could probably do with adding some more of them. Yeah, okay. Not ideal. We do also need to add more education to our Europe section of our zoo. At least our vendors are doing okay. They've got an efficient or a low workload, which is perfect. And same with the security guards. It's just the educators at the minute that are suffering a little bit. And some of our keepers that aren't fully trained up. But I think we've got a few on the Africa one. I think that's okay. Because the other ones are efficient anyway. So let's have a look at our finances. Can we get some more? I think we can. We've got quite a lot of income coming in. Yeah, and we're going to expand with some shops today, so we'll get even more income from that. I'm going to grab us a few more educators. Now, how many do we have here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 educators on the central hub and 2 on the Africa section. I am tempted to get another... Let's get another 1 for the Africa section. And then another 3 for the central hub. I think that will help space everyone out and give them a bit of relief. Because there is enough that everyone can do it. It's just that they need to be going at maximum right now to actually do all of the talks and everything. So I think that's what's getting some of that to not work perfectly and giving them high workloads. So we're going to go 1 for the Africa section and then 3 for the central hub. Obviously, these will be trained up in time as well. I can just go back to staff and just select everyone again. There we go. We'll train them up and constantly be moving them to higher levels. But hopefully that will give them a bit more resilience in the team, so they're not going to get as exhausted and can do a better job of educating the guests, which is obviously a great thing for the zoo, because better educated guests also means more donations in our donation bins. Now, I would like today to have something like this on the other side of our zoo, on the Europe side, where we've got a bustling guest section. However, I think part of the reason that we have so many guests around here is that the entrance is just here. I think it would be a good idea for us to maybe have another entrance on the other side of the zoo over here that then leads to this this square we've got here. So if we do this, that will make our zoo a very reasonable size, I would say. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And it makes sense. They could come through this section here and we'll have an entrance. And what I'm going to do for that is I'm just going to copy the entrance we have here because I want to keep the same kind of theme going across. And it'll give a couple more information centers as well where they can buy donation packs and umbrellas and things like that. So definitely a good thing to have. I'm going to duplicate all of this. It's all in one group, thankfully. Just going to do Control D. And then I'm going to place it over here. Now our guest area is going to be around here. I think I want it in this gap here. I'm going to hit Z a couple of times to flip that round and have it somewhat centrally located here. I do want it to be fully sunk into the ground. So I'm going to go on heat maps. I don't want this to be elevated. And it is currently, because it's a different height of terrain on this side of the map. So I think that's probably good. That'll get the paths grounded as well. Let's have it be about here. We've got our little entrance in there. Now let's link it up to the rest of the path network. There we go, everyone should be able to enter the park from this side too. Now we just need to link up the actual spawners to the entrance gates. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to get the exact same design on this side, but I still quite like this. I think it's kind of weird, but I like it. We can have a little grassy area in here, which I'm just going to put in with the same plants as we have on the other side. There we go, we've got our little entrance now. Now, we don't have any vendors here. I don't know if we've just got some new ones. No, we haven't. So let's grab another couple of vendors and we can start a new work zone. And I'm wondering whether we should just have these. No, we're going to throw them into the Europe work zone because it's very close by. So let's add these to Europe. And then we can just edit the Europe work zone to include these buildings here too. And it's not too far to go to the staff room. We could maybe do with another staff building over here. But I don't think we need that right now. It's not too far. So yeah, we'll leave it how it is and see how they get on. But it would probably be a good idea to have another staff building over here or something in the future. I'm going to claim this reward. We've got breed 4 new habitat animals of different species. We've just done 5. We're doing so well on these challenges. And now we've got another entrance to our zoo. We're pulling a lot more guests into this side of the zoo. So this should resolve the issue of most of our guests kind of clumping over here. And we should kind of even it out now, so they'll spread out throughout the zoo, which should be perfect for us, really. I did also want to quickly rename the animals we have in this habitat here, because you gave so many amazing suggestions. So I'm going to go through and rename all of the animals in this habitat, starting with the European fallow deer. So our first European fallow deer is going to be called Melly. Then we're going to have Tess. We're going to have Pat, who's pregnant. So that's good. We're going to have Marina, who's also pregnant. We're going to have Taro. We're going to have Pudding, which is a very cute name. We've got Sammy and Lily, who's having a nice little nap in the grass. And then for our male fallow deer, we obviously had to have Bambi. For our mutons, we're going to have Bobbles, Willow, Zeus, River, who's checking out the little swan pool. How cool is that? Look at them splashing around. And finally, we're going to have Bianca. For our red deer, we're going to have Crepe. We're going to have Donut. Fawn, who was having a little nap. They've just woken up. Martha. And then for our male, we're going to have Prongs. Or James. Now, I think the pronunciation of this is Visant. So for our first Visant, we're going to have Sumo. Please tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. I probably am. We're going to have Red. We're going to have Oak, Maple, and Wisteria. Also going to have Fern and Bramble and Chunky. And then for our male, a few of you said you quite like the name Olaf, so I think I'm going to leave it because I like it too. I think it fits him very well. So he's going to remain Olaf. And then for the final animal, the wild boar, our male is going to be called Henry. And then the females are going to be Catherine, Anne, Jane, who's very fast, Anne, who we're going to call Anna in this, Catherine that we're going to spell differently, and the last Catherine that we're also going to spell differently. And now see if you guys can tell me which historical figures we're going for with these 7. Now our last few piggies are going to be Ingrid, Chips, who's hiding behind the deer, and finally Pineapple, who's having a little snooze in the morning sun. Okay, thank you for all those names. They were incredible suggestions. I particularly like the historical figures one. That was a very cool suggestion. So thank you for that. And I think all of our animals in our zoo are now renamed, which is perfect. So it's probably a good time to build the guest. Look, all of them coming in. Oh my goodness, look at them. Oh my God, they're coming straight in. Okay, this is perfect time to build our guest area out here and create another bit of a square. And I've left this nature area in, so I think I'm going to do this up as a bit of a nature zone as well, like we've done elsewhere. Just have a bit of a biodiverse area where we give a little bit back to the environment and just let it grow naturally. Now, for this area, I do want to use the European pieces, even though some of you had said they look like Renaissance fairs, which they do, a lot of them. But I do like the stonework aesthetic. So I'm going to do that and use those pieces where I can to create probably like a bit of a market, which it seems we have the pieces for. So if I filter by the theme Europe, and I might keep classic as well, because a lot of these are European pieces as well, like the benches were all European. But we're going to make them out of this, and we can probably make a big marquee or something cool. I'm also going to utilize in the facilities, in our guest facilities, if I turn off the blueprints, we've got all the counters, which I think would be perfect for a market, rather than having the full unit that's got the background and everything in it. We can just have a little counter instead. So I think we're going to be doing that, and we can put them in. We've also got European food trucks. I like that too. I do like that. That's very cool. So maybe we'll have some food trucks as well. So let's build a bit of a marquee and then have some food trucks off to the side. I think that's going to work really well. Now to actually get the counters in here, I am going to have to delete some of the path to place them in. So I'm going to try and choose squares and then that I think will be good for this, like here. And then we can probably map out a bit of a marquee in this area. I think that's probably a good size. We could maybe expand it a little bit down here. And that leaves 2 on either side. Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll have another food area in here. And this is where we can have our food trucks. And then we can have our big marquee over here. I think that's going to look really nice. Okay, I'm going to start putting them in. And for this, I want to have the food stuff I want to be over here, but I want like the souvenirs and everything to be over here. We could even get another information center. I think that would be good. Let's have that in somewhere. But for now, let's get some hats. People love hats, right? We've got to have some hats in here. I'm going to give them a little bit of space for each stall as well and have them slightly set in. So there's a bit of a queue that can form without it being too misshapen. And I want to make sure that this lines up to the path that we have. So everything is somewhat symmetrical. So we're going to have hats. Then we can have just a memento, which is souvenirs. Then we've got Missy Goods. And then I think we'll have our information center at the end. And annoyingly, it doesn't quite line up how I'd wanted. So I'm going to change the grid size to be 2 meters. And then I'm going to set them up so that they are symmetrical. So I'm just going to move this one over slightly. It's got a slightly bigger gap in the middle, but I think that still works out quite nicely. I'm also going to duplicate them onto the other side, but I'll probably mix them up so it's not too obvious which one is which. Although we could actually, if we had them, I'll tell you what we'll do. Move everyone back 1 or 2. Maybe we'll move them back 2. We'll move them back 1, and then we can have another counter on the other side that's also set the same distance. Is that too much space? I wonder whether we even need all of this space here, or whether we could have another... Yeah, okay. I think what we'll do is we will add back in the path on this side. If I align to grid, if we add this back in here, that will give us a bit more space on this side so we can have a nice habitat here. But also, I think this is still enough room for this. We can flip them over and have them run on the other side on grid 2 meters. I think that's going to be good. And then we've got like a double-sided stall. So, you know, they'd have a whole stall here. We can make it work. We'll make it look professional. But we're going to do this and duplicate them along. Okay, we've only got a few vendors for these as well. So we need to add in some more. Let's have a look at how many vendors we did get. We've got 4 shops. Do we have any more vending staff? Oh, yeah, they're all assigned there. Right, okay, so I'm going to edit the Europe work zone and add these all in. And then I want these people to just be assigned to Europe. So we've got 1 vendor, 2 vendor, 3 vendor, and 4 vendors. And then I'm going to hire 4 more vendors to do the other side as well. So this is going to be a lot of staff we're hiring, but we're going to earn our money back. I am very confident in that. So this should be a lot of goods that we have here. And then we're going to add all of these into the same Europe work zone. Okay, now we're going to need to decorate this up. So I'm going to try and turn this into something that resembles a bit of a market stall. So let's do that now. Okay, I think we built quite a good market here. I'm quite happy with this. We've got lots of cute fairy lights everywhere. We've got different colored. I'm gonna say these are like mats. I've used different paths to say they're kind of like, yeah, mats that come off the main path. And then we've got little signs that say what they sell. I realized that Missy Goods sells donuts. I thought it was like other goods, as in shopping stuff, but no, it's donuts. But that's cool. We'll have some donuts in the middle. And then they've got what they sell on the stands. I've also just put loads of boxes and crates and stuff that they would have to transport all their goods in and out. I'm not sure whether these are actual markets or whether it's just a market we've put on in the zoo. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think it should be like an actual market where other people are allowed in to sell their stuff that are like vetted by us, or whether it's just we're making like a cute market, even though it's all staff that we've hired. But I did everything in different handwriting as well for these boards, in case, you know, like each set, so the information stands have the same handwriting, but that's different to this handwriting and different to this handwriting, because as if like different people have written it, basically. So I think that covers up a lot of our guest needs here. Oh no, we've just had an penguin! No! Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be so disappointed. Penguin has died. Bless them. Well, they will be able to be in the memorial at some point. We've got a yearly kiosk profit, which we are just meeting, so that's good. And multiple building problems. What is the matter? Oh, they've not got power. Oh yeah, that's fine. Basically, our food store, sorry, our shopping and everything, the market is going to need power, which is fine. I think we just need to put in like some solar panels in here and we'll be okay. They can kind of eat into the food area, but I'm fine with that. Let's just have them be on this inner path here. Oh, it's all the fairy lights too. Okay. Yeah, we might need something on this side. Let's say we've got one here, and then we'll have another one. These are all going to need it as well, so let's just separate from that group and have them be in here somewhere. And we do need to decorate them up, I think, for this one, just to keep them in theme before we've done this, which I think isn't really going to meet the theme that we want. We could always edit this and take off the bunting here. I think the bunting makes it look a bit too Renaissance fair, to be honest, for my liking. We could put in these fences we've done, and I think that might actually be really cute. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to change that design to be these fence panels with the fairy lights. And hopefully we can just duplicate that for all of our facilities here now. And then they should all be kind of on brand with the rest of this area. Okay, we've just decorated very lightly. I mean, we've just put a very basic decoration on them. We've decorated the solar panels to look a little bit more interesting, and I think that's done a good job there. We've got, these have been, the mechanic's been called to them already, so they're just saying that they're broken. It's because I forgot to put them in the work zone earlier, so that's understandable of why they're... Oh no, this one is broken. This is in the Africa zone. Okay, let's have a look at them. Okay, they probably just need to be visited more. The mechanic might have been busy doing other stuff, or we don't have enough, but I believe we hired more mechanics in the last couple of videos. So I think we should be covered now. And I'm just going to train up all our staff again to make sure. I like how this has turned out, though. I think this is going to be cute. And at night, it'll all light up as well, which should be really, really nice. We do need to add in our food trucks and food and drink trucks. And for that, it's going to be very easy. We just need to add in the European, where is it? The European food truck? Ah, it's in the facilities tab, the European food truck shop shell. Okay, that is a mouthful and a half. But we're going to put some of them in here, and we're going to have to change the path here to be... Oh, we're not going to be able to put anything because we're putting them in. That's fine. Let's put in the facilities first, and then we can put the trucks around them. So what are we missing in our facilities? Let's have a look. Facilities. We don't have any energy drinks, and we've only got one milkshake. So I think we should definitely have an energy counter and a milkshake counter. And we've got smoothies. I don't know if we've got... Oh, we've got juice and smoothies too. Do we have any of those so far? We do not. Okay, juice and smoothies. And I think that's it. Okay, cool. We can definitely do that though. Yeah, we've got lots of coffee too. Okay, so let's have some... Well, we've already got milkshakes. Let's have a smoothie and a juice counter. I'm trying to get them to be evenly spaced. Let's actually work it out from here. So we've got drink on that side. We've got smoothies. Let's have a juice there. And then can we get one more? Maybe we should have another water, just because it is kind of essential to, you know, to life and everything else. Let's have them here, but we'll move them. We'll move it slightly this way. So I'm going to have it on being 2 meters, move everything down 1, and then I'll have it be that way. I think that will work. Pip shop water can face this way and be a similar distance apart, but it's not unrealistic. If we're going to put a truck around it, I don't think the food truck will be able to get around that. And then we should be able to just add the food trucks around them. And look how that turns out. It looks so good. Oh, I love it. Okay, so we have a food truck that just serves water. The water truck. That one's got to be blue, doesn't it? That's like one of the oddest jobs you can have, I think. Where do you work? Oh, I work in a water truck. Yeah, just sell water. That's all we do, but we sell it really well. Can have it be different shades of blue. There we go. I think we can make that slightly... Have that slightly darker. That's quite obnoxiously watery. I kind of like that. Let's have it be white. That looks a bit nicer. Okay, and we've got a little water truck. Now, I'm just going to do this with all the food stores as well. I'm going to find the ones that we don't have many of, and then I'm going to do a food truck that's in the rough color of that food or drink we've got. Okay, we've got a little selection of food trucks here. I think that works quite well. We've got Bernie's Bakes, then we've got Chief Beef in this nice brown color. Then we've got Monsieur Frite and Pizza Pen. So we've got a variety of food and drink options. We do need to connect these up, otherwise the guests aren't going to be able to use them. So let's grab our rustic path, and we can probably... Can we get a path down the middle? No, I don't. Oh, we might be able to, if we're very careful like that. And then if these would connect up, that would be ideal. I think they will. There we go. They perfectly connected. That's ideal. Okay. I'm very happy with that. That worked out very well. Oh, I'm going to pause. We've got dangerous fighting due to overcrowding. Do you think our capybara have grown up? Yeah, giant anteaters, a no on that. They've just got babies. Oh, they've got babies. So it must be the capybara have gotten to be adults now. Yeah, there's going to be too many. Yeah, okay. Let's grab these, all of the young adults, and we will release them into the wild. Which is quite a few of them, it looks like. Wow, yeah, it's because they have such large like litter sizes that it just gets a bit insane when they all grow up at the same time. Let's release all of these animals to the wild. I don't think that's all of them. I'm going to release them. And then, yeah, there's still a few left, so we'll release these too. That is everyone. Cool. Okay, they've all been released. That should have resolved the problems we had there and reduced their numbers quite a lot, which is definitely a good thing at this point. I think I'm almost there for this episode in what I wanted to do, but I did want to add in some... we need to sort out their work zone first. Before I get on to the last thing I wanted to do, we need to add all of these into the Europe work zone, including the solar panels, if they've been missed. All of this needs to be in there. Need to be careful about how I select these. There we go. Is everything over here in? I think it is all in Europe now. Cool. And then we need to make sure that everyone is assigned to Europe, not just that stall, because we want them to just float between, basically. And I'm going to hire another couple of vendors, probably another 3, and just let them also enter the work zone, the Europe work zone, and float between, because we're going to have a lot of vendors here. We want to make sure that when they're on breaks, that nothing is like left on its own without a vendor. So this should add quite a lot of money to our zoo, because this is also very close to the entrance. Everyone will be swarming around these. And when we have more animals here, I think this will really, really draw people in and earn us quite a lot of money. At least I'm hoping it will. But it looks like we've already got some takers. So the market's already started, which is good. We do need more shade for them, actually. That's something we really do need for our guests generally in this area. But maybe we'll do that in the next episode. The last thing I wanted to do is just to make this a bit more of a nature area. And all I'm going to do is add a fence to the outside and then put some nature in to make it kind of a little biodiverse wildlife area like we have elsewhere. And I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to use the same fencing we have over here with some fairy lights, because I think that's going to be very cute. Okay, I think that looks like a pretty good wildlife area that's fairly lush. I'm liking that. Oh no, why is it attracted welfare? What's wrong with them? Hydration? There's a lake there. Just drink. What are you doing, Fern? It's literally accessible. I could see you could swim in the lake if you want. I don't understand that. Right, well, we'll call the keeper and the vet and let them sort that out. But I think that's just the animal being a bit silly. Let me move it near the water and see if that helps. if I manually move them. These are doing well, which is great. That's really good to see. And we're going to need some more bins around here, I've just realized. So let's whack some bins in along here, because we do not want everyone to be littering, which I can see someone's already started to do, and they're going to get the frowny face from me. But I think this has been a lot of progress for this this video, and we'll sort out the rest of the bins and stuff in the next episode, I think. I'll just move these to the side here for now, but I would like to carry this on in the next episode. I think we've made some really great progress today, and this is really shaping up. So if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like. It really helps the channel out, and I'll see you in the next one.